And of course we would come back and I would have to sneeze. Hello, everybody. How are you doing this evening? Welcome to this week.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I think I lost the spleen. How's everybody doing? Welcome to this week's Rookie Spotlight. I am your guy coming to you live from the 405 all the way in the heart of Oklahoma City where the wind comes whipping down the plain. I had something there and it just went flip, so we're going to keep it going. This is this week's Rookie Spotlight. This week's rookie comes to us by way of Missouri City, Texas, attended Thurgood Marshall High School, wound up finishing his high school career with close to, and I mean whisper close to, and how whisper close, Anthony? I'm glad you asked. A whole 5 yards shy of 4,800 yards, 87 touchdowns. He was ranked as the 96th overall high school player in the entire nation, and wound up going to school at Texas A&M University. Ladies and gentlemen, I am talking about Devon or Devin or Devon, however you pronounce his first name, depending on where you're from and your regional dialect. Devon Achane of Texas A&M, running back. Listen, I don't have to explain to you, those of you that are college football fanatics, much like our OG, Mr. Sean Spencer, who watches, I think, every single solitary college football game. And even the ones he doesn't watch, he has the recaps running in the background. I think Sean's got a giant wall at his house, like the architect from the Matrix, and he just got with the pen, with the pointer, he just changing all the stations all at once. So, like that commercial with YouTube TV with the 4 screens, Sean's like, amateurs. Anyway, if you followed any type of SEC football, Texas A&M, this kid, 3 years, 2,300 yards rushing, 554 yards receiving, and he also was a kick returner. So he was a triple threat. He was a triple threat, 2 ways on offense and 1 way on special teams. He wound up falling in the draft because they said he was a little small. He's 5'8.5", which is not really big for a running back. Oh, come on, man. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait, time out. Y'all gonna tell me 5'8" is not big? And somebody drafted Lord, I can't think of his name. Vaughn from TCU. Anyway, I'm gonna get off that train. Let me reel it back in. He fell in the draft because he was 5'8". They didn't think he was very sizable, 188 pounds. What this kid lacks in size, he makes up for in heart. One of the things that I like about him on last week we talked about elusiveness, the ability to slip a tackle, the ability to plant and move, to make you miss, to make the first couple of defenders miss. Where Devon Achane, where he is not as elusive, what he does do is he is very, very good at following his blockers. You set at least one blocker out in front of him. You ever seen a running back run? And I know I listen, I want to apologize to the viewing public. Sometimes it seems like I'm scattered and I'm all over the place. I do keep some notes, and I do keep some notes, and I do keep some stats up in front of me on my screen. But my brain gets to going, and I want to tell you all the good things about these players as they're popping up all in my head at once. You ever watch those running backs that kind of put their hand on their blocker's back? He's not quite that guy where he's putting the hand on the blocker's back, but he's right off that blocker's hip. Yeah, that's what I said. Devin, the even, whatever you want to call. Look, he ain't the odd, he the even, whatever you want to call him. Devon Achane, that guy that played for Texas A&M. Anyway, he puts he's right on the blocker's hip, and as soon as he sees a seam, he is gone. He might go off to the right, he might go off to the left, but he's always right on that block, and it always manages to get an extra yard or 2 where he could have been stopped at the line of scrimmage. He always manages to get some extra yardage out of that. Another thing that he's good for, yards after contact. Now, he's not racking up huge yards like 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 yards. He's not Derrick Henry face planting people like Debo from Friday. but he's definitely making more yards after contact per rush. He was drafted by the Miami Dolphins with the 84th pick in the third round of the 2023 NFL draft, which took place just this spring. He wound up running against, sorry, Tina, in week 3. He had his best week of the season where he finished with 203 rushing yards, 30 receiving yards, and a total of 4 touchdowns. So 253 total yards on offense and 4 touchdowns. Oh, that was that game. Okay, so we're just going to brush by that real quick because I know Tina still has – she's still – I can feel her shaking through the computer screen right now. But that was his best week of offensive production, 253 yards against Denver in the 70-20 win. He was the AFC Offensive Player of the Week. So far this season, I got his stats over here. Hang on a second. Why is my mouse not working? Oh, my God. Okay, let me stop being silly. So far this season, he's got 460 yards rushing total. However, he out right now with an injury. Doctors say that it's week to week. They have not determined yet the nature of the injury, so we hope to see him come back. This is one of those cases where we see somebody getting ready to have – I mean, he was on pace to be over 1,000 yards rushing. That's just he was on pace to have 1,000 yards rushing, 1,000-yard rushing season, and right now he's going to have to be sidelined for a few weeks. We do hope to see him back. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to stop talking because the thoughts in my head are going all over the place, and you're going to get a whole bunch of unnecessary facts that you don't need. So we're going to reel it in right here and tie a little bow on it and put it in a box and hand it to you. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been your Rookie of the Week, Mr. Devin, or as it says in the comments, Yvonne or Devin A-Chain of the Miami Dolphins. Thank you so much for your time. Y'all have a good remainder of your evening.